It was the coldest night of the year. The wind was sharp like broken glass. Snow covered the streets like a white blanket. But no one was sleeping under it, except one man. His name was Evan. He sat alone on a broken bench in the park. His thin jacket was wet. His lips were blue. His hands were shaking badly. He was cold, too cold. His eyes were half closed. He hadn't eaten in 2 days. People walked past him, looking at their phones. No one stopped. No one cared. "I'm going to die tonight," Evan whispered to himself. He closed his eyes. Just then, someone sat next to him. He didn't open his eyes. He thought it was just another stranger. But then, he felt it, warmth, real, strong warmth. Evan slowly turned. His head, a woman sat beside him. Her clothes were strange, torn and dirty, but not from this earth. Her skin was pale but glowing. Her hair was dark blue and fell like waves. Her eyes were golden. She looked straight at him. "You are freezing, human," she said. Her voice was soft but powerful. "Take my heat." Before Evan could ask anything, the woman leaned forward and wrapped her arms around him. She hugged him tight. Evan gasped. Her body was hot, like standing near a fire. But it didn't burn. It felt safe. Who are you?" Evan asked in a weak voice. The woman didn't answer. She closed her eyes and held him tighter. "You must live," she said. "Your story is not over yet." Evan wanted to pull away, but he couldn't move. He was so tired, and now so warm. His body stopped shaking. His eyes closed again. He fell into sleep, not from pain, but from peace. When Evan woke up, it was morning. The sun was rising. The snow had stopped. He sat up quickly. The woman was gone. He looked around. No one was there, but something was strange. His body felt different. His hands weren't shaking. His skin was warm, too warm for such a cold day. "What the hell?" he whispered. He touched his chest. His heart was beating strong, too strong. He stood up and looked down at the bench. Something shiny was there. It was a small silver object, like a coin but glowing faint blue. He picked it up. As soon as he touched it, he saw images in his mind. Stars, a spaceship, fire, a battle, a girl with golden eyes. He dropped the object. His breath became fast. "What's happening to me?" he said. That day, Evan walked the streets like a ghost. He wasn't hungry. He wasn't cold. He felt like he was dreaming. He looked at people. They looked blurry to him, like slow-moving pictures. Then, while walking under a bridge, he heard something. A whisper. His name. Evan. He turned fast. No one was there, but the voice spoke again, inside his mind. "You are changing." He ran. That night, Evan sat in the same park, confused and scared. Then she came again, the woman. The one with glowing eyes. She stood beside a tree, looking at him. "You returned," Evan said. "Yes," she replied. "You woke up. That means it worked." "What worked?" "What did you do to me?" "I gave you my heat," she said. "A piece of myself. Now it lives in you." Evan stood up slowly. "Are you human?" She shook her head. "I'm not. I came from far away. My people are gone. I have nothing left. Why help me?" Evan asked. "I was just a homeless man." She looked into his eyes. "You were dying. I was dying too. I chose to save you. Maybe you will save others one day." Evan didn't know what to say. He looked at the silver coin in his pocket. "What is this?" She looked at the coin, then at him. "It's a key," she said. "And now, others will come looking for it." Evan felt cold again, but not from the wind, from fear. "Who's coming?" he asked. She turned to leave. "You'll find out soon," she said. "Stay alive, Evan. This world will need you." She walked into the darkness. And vanished. He didn't dream. Not of cold streets, not of glowing eyes, Not of stars or war. He just thought floated, in silence. In heat. And then he woke up screaming. Evan sat up on the old mattress in the empty building where he had taken shelter. Sweat covered his face. His heart was racing, too fast, like it would explode. He looked at his hands. They were shining. Just for a second, a soft blue light ran through his veins. Then it faded. He stood up, dizzy. Every part of his body felt strange. Like he didn't fully belong in it anymore. What is happening to me? He set out. Loud. No one answered, but inside his chest, something was answering. A soft humming sound, alive like something alien. Breathing with him. Later that day, Evan walked through the city streets. The cold didn't bother him. Not even a little. People around him were wearing jackets and gloves. He wore only a hoodie and still felt warm. He walked past a bakery. The smell hit him like a blast. He could smell every single ingredient. Butter, yeast, cinnamon, even the type of wood used in the oven. What the hell? He kept walking. Then it got worse. He began hearing voices, but not the ones around him. Voices in his mind. The signal is live. It moved. The energy shifted. He grabbed his head. The sounds were not loud. But they were not human. Then he heard her. Kara. Evan. Don't run from it. Accept it. He looked around. She wasn't there. Only her voice. Like an echo from space. That night, he went back to the park. Same bench. Same cold wind. He sat, waiting. Watching. Then, like before. She came. She walked out from the shadows. Same glowing eyes. Same quiet grace. Am I going crazy? Evan asked. No, Kara said. You are waking up. He looked at her angrily. You put something inside me. I gave you heat, my core energy. A dying flame from my people. Evan stood up. You had no right. Kara's face didn't change. You would have died. Now you may live forever. Or burn faster than any man. He stared at her. What am I now? She paused. Not fully human, not fully alien. You are becoming something new. Evan looked down at his hands again. They felt too strong, like he could break metal. But his heart felt even heavier. I didn't ask for this, he said. No one ever does, she replied. She walked a few steps forward, then stopped. I must show you something. They moved through the empty streets like ghosts. Past buildings. Down old subway tunnels. Into darkness. Finally, Kara stopped in front of a wall. She placed her hand on it, and the bricks moved on their own. Behind it, a glowing blue circle. What is that? Evan asked. A memory, she said. From my world. They stepped inside. The room was small, full of strange floating shapes and soft lights. In the center was a metal orb glowing faintly. Kara touched it. Images burst into the air. Stars. Planets. A burning spaceship. An army of tall dark beings with glowing red armor. Evan watched, frozen. These, Kara said, are the hunters. They come for what they want. They leave nothing behind. Evan looked at her. Are they looking for you? Kara nodded. For me. For the coin I gave you. For the energy inside you. His heart pounded. You led them to Earth. I had no choice, she said. But now Earth has a choice. Evan stepped back. I'm not a soldier. Kara walked up to him slowly. You are now, she whispered. And war. Is coming. The stars were not silent. Not anymore. As Evan stood on the rooftop of an old building, he looked up at the night sky. It was clear. Too clear. The stars looked closer than usual, brighter, like they were watching him. He felt it again, that humming inside his chest. A pulse, a signal. Something above was calling him, but it wasn't in words. It was something deeper, like a whisper. Inside his bones. Evan closed his eyes, and the sky opened. Suddenly, in his mind, he saw it. A massive alien structure floating in space. Metal wings, endless light. A machine as big as a moon. It was turning. Slowly. Then it sent a beam. Not to Earth, but to him. His body lit up. His back arched. His eyes glowed for a second. And then, it all stopped. Evan fell to his knees, breathing hard. Far below, Kara was watching from the shadows. He saw it, she whispered. Later that night, Kara and Evan sat across from each other in an old train station. Evan stared at the silver coin she had given him. Now it was warm. "What did I see?" he asked. Kara didn't answer right away. Then she spoke. "That was my home. Varellin, before the hunters destroyed it." Evan looked at her. "Why are they hunting you?" Kara took a slow breath. "Because I carry something ancient. A piece of an old star. It gives life or death. It is the last of my world. And now it's inside me," Evan said, his voice low. "Yes," he stood up, angry. "So I'm a walking bomb?" "No," Kara said. "You are a signal. And now the stars are listening." Suddenly, a loud crack echoed from the other side of the station. Evan turned fast. Shadows moved near the broken entrance. Kara stood ready. Her body shifted, glowing faintly blue. Evan could feel it too. Something was coming. From the shadows, a strange creature appeared. Tall, thin, skin like black steel. Its eyes burned red. Evan froze. "What the hell is that?" Kara whispered. "A seeker, a scout from the hunters." The seeker didn't speak. It moved like smoke. Fast, silent. Kara ran forward. She fought with grace, speed, and glowing fists. Evan watched, stunned. Then something inside him clicked. His body moved on its own. He leapt forward. His hand touched the metal wall, and it melted under his fingers. The seeker turned toward him. It raised its sharp arm. Kara screamed, "Evan, move!" But Evan didn't move. He raised his hand. Wave of energy exploded from his palm. The seeker flew backward and crashed through a wall. Gone. Silence. Kara looked at Evan, shocked. "You used the core." Evan looked at his hands. "I didn't mean to." "You're waking up too fast," she said. "The energy inside you. It's alive now." Evan's breath was heavy. "Why do I feel like this? Like something is waking up in the sky, not just in me?" Kara paused. Then she walked to a hidden panel in the wall. She opened it. Inside, a small alien device, glowing faint purple. "This is a star beacon," she said. "It was buried here long ago, quiet, hidden. What does it do?" "It sends messages through space, across galaxies, a call for help or a signal for war." Evan stepped back. "So the hunters heard it?" Kara nodded. "And now they're coming here?" "Yes," she said. "But we have a choice." She placed the beacon in his hands. "It can be turned off or turned up. If we boost it, others like me may come, maybe help." Evan looked down at the alien machine. "And if we don't?" Kara's eyes were cold. "Then Earth dies silently." Evan walked out into the night, holding the beacon. The stars above him didn't twinkle. They stared back, quiet, waiting. He looked at the sky. "Why me?" he whispered. And from deep inside, the coin in his pocket pulsed once, not with fear, with purpose. They didn't fall from the sky. They slid through it, like knives through water. No fire, no noise, no lights. Just a dark shadow over the clouds. And then, silence. But the air changed. Dogs barked without reason. Birds stopped flying. The wind stopped moving. Something had arrived. And the earth felt it. At a junkyard on the edge of the city, a man named Tom lit his last cigarette. He was alone, guarding the place. He looked up and saw something strange. The sky wasn't black, it was hollow, like a shape was eating the stars. Then he saw it, not with his eyes, but with fear, a massive ship. Silent, floating above the city. Its surface black like oil. It didn't shine. It drank light. The cigarette dropped from his mouth. Before he could run, something moved behind him. Red eyes. Sharp metal arms. Cold breath. He didn't scream. Elsewhere. Evan sat alone. High. On a rooftop, holding the beacon Kara gave him. His hands trembled. He hadn't seen her in 2 days. He hadn't slept. He could feel it now. Something above Earth. Watching. Waiting. The beacon pulsed softly. One light blinked red. Then another dot. Then they all went dark. Evan stood up. No. Behind him, Kara appeared like a shadow. She looked different, tired, pale. They're here, she said. Evan turned. How many? Kara looked up at the stars. Too many. They went underground. An old sewer tunnel where Kara had hidden gear. She opened the box. Inside, alien tech, weapons, shields, a silver mask. Evan looked at it all. I don't know how to fight, he said. You don't need to, Kara replied. Your body will remember. Remember? She nodded. You carry my heat. It holds memory, skills, pain. You will feel what I once felt. Evan picked up a thin metallic band. As soon as he touched it, it wrapped around his arm, and his eyes flashed blue. He gasped. His heart pounded. Memories hit him like lightning, running, fighting, flying through stars, burning worlds, screams, in a language he didn't know, and one word burned brightest: run. Above ground, chaos began quietly. People reported lights in the sky. Then signals died. Phones stopped working. GPS glitched. Power flickered. Then, a blackout. In the dark. The ships came down. Not like rain. Like silent blades, long, black shapes floated over the city and opened. Creatures stepped out. Tall, armored, skin like obsidian, red glowing masks. They didn't speak. They only searched. For one thing, for Kara. And now, for Evan. In the subway station, Kara placed her hand on Evan's shoulder. If they find us, they won't stop. Not until we are gone. Not just us, this planet. Evan took a breath. Then we don't hide. Kara looked surprised. We fight. That night, the first battle began. One of the smaller alien ships landed in a factory zone. The doors opened. 5 hunters stepped out. They scanned the area, red beams, moving across buildings. But they weren't alone. Evan was waiting. He didn't wear armor, just a hoodie. But his eyes glowed softly now, like fire under ice. The hunters raised their weapons. Evan raised his hand. A wave of energy blasted out, breaking glass, shaking walls. One of the hunters flew backward and hit a wall. Another fired. A red bolt of plasma. Evan dodged it. Without thinking, he was faster now. Stronger. Kara joined the fight, flipping through the air, striking with glowing fists, but they were outnumbered. Fall back, she shouted. They ran through the burning streets. Evan felt his legs move faster than ever. They disappeared into the tunnels again. Safe, for now, breathing hard. Evan looked at Kara. This is only the start, isn't it? She nodded. They found Earth. They won't leave. Evan looked at the silver coin again. It's not just heat you gave me, he said. It's a war. Kara looked away. No, I gave you a chance. Above them, high in the sky, the main ship turned slowly. Inside it, a figure watched Earth. Its voice echoed in a language older than time. Target confirmed. Human host is active. Begin extraction protocol. Red lights turned on. Earth was now a battlefield. The first person to betray him called him hero. It happened in a warm, clean room. Too clean. Too quiet. Evan sat across from a man in a suit, inside a secret government facility. Outside, the city was breaking. Inside, they offered him coffee. We're here to help, the man said, smiling. We've been tracking alien signals for years. You're not alone anymore. Evan didn't speak. His eyes moved across the room. No cameras, no guards. But the lights buzzed strangely. And his skin, the alien part of him, was itching. Something was wrong. An hour earlier, he and Kara had fought off a second seeker near the water plant. But then a military truck arrived. They claimed to be a classified division of Earth Defense. They said, "You're not in this fight alone. Come with us, we can protect you. We know who she is." Kara didn't trust them. But Evan, tired, bleeding, confused, said yes. Now, he was alone in a room with Agent Marcus Vale, the man who called him Earth's only hope. "You're special," Marcus said. "Not just because of the alien inside you, but because of your choices." He smiled again. "Tell me, where is the girl?" Evan froze. He hadn't said anything about Kara, not one word. "How do you know there's a girl?" Evan asked. The smile disappeared. "I told you," Marcus said. "We've been watching." Evan stood up. "Where is she?" he asked, voice harder now. Marcus leaned back in his chair. "Oh, don't worry. She's safe, for now." Evan's fists clenched. "You lied." Marcus nodded slowly. "We had to. We needed to know if the alien inside you was stable. We needed to see how far you'd go to protect her." He stood up too, face cold now. "You passed the test. But we're done playing nice." Suddenly, the walls of the room shimmered. Not metal, not human. Alien tech. Hidden inside Earth walls. Evan's body reacted. Heat pulsed from his chest. Then the walls moved and two dark shapes stepped out. "Hunters. You're working with them." Evan whispered. Marcus smiled again. "Not working, trading." Evan's scream echoed through the building as light exploded from his palms. The table between him and Marcus shattered. One hunter rushed him, but Evan had changed. His eyes glowed full blue now. His body lit with symbols, not of Earth. He raised both hands and energy blasted the wall open. He ran. Elsewhere in the building, Kara was in chains. Her energy drained. Her body weak. A voice echoed from the intercom. "You thought hiding on this planet would protect you. But humans are easy to buy." She looked up slowly. "They're not all for sale." Evan reached her cell. The door was alien-coded. He didn't know how to open it, but something inside him did. He placed his palm on the lock. It melted. The door opened. Kara looked at him. "You came." "I almost didn't," Evan said. "I almost believed them." She stood weakly, leaning on his shoulder. Then this world would have ended tonight. Alarms rang across the facility. The hunters were no longer hiding. Soldiers, both human and alien, moved through the halls. But Evan was done running. He walked forward, arms glowing. Energy burst from his body like waves. Doors broke, lights died. Floors cracked. Kara looked at him. "You're changing too fast. You'll burn." "Then I burn," he said. "But I'll burn with them." They reached the surface. The night sky was red, ships in the sky, fire in the distance. Evan turned to Kara. "Tell me the truth. Why me?" Kara looked away. "You weren't random. The core chose you. It always chooses someone who lost everything." He stared at her. "You knew this would happen." She nodded once. "I'm sorry." Behind them, the building exploded. Marcus and the traitors gone. But above them, the main ship moved closer. Evan looked at it. "They're not just here to take Earth," he said. Kara looked at him. "They're here to erase it." No one believed the war had started. There were no news reports, no loud battles, no alien flags in the sky, but cities were emptying. People were disappearing. And in the shadows, something was hunting. Underneath the streets of the city, far from light, the real war had begun. Old tunnels, subway lines, hidden bunkers from forgotten wars. That's where they fought now. Kara, Evan, and a few humans, brave enough to believe. The sound of water dripped from rusted pipes. Kara sat on a metal crate, her arm bandaged with glowing tech. Evan stood beside her, eyes closed, body still glowing faint blue. He had not slept in 2 days, but he didn't feel tired. He felt ready, like something inside him was waiting to be released. Suddenly footsteps. 3 men entered the tunnel. Human soldiers. But not ordinary. They were part of a secret group. SWN. Shadows without name. One of them, a woman named Reed, walked up to Evan. "We found another hive tunnel," she said. 5 miles under the west docks. They're using it to pull in machines. Evan opened his eyes. "Then we shut it down." The mission began 1 hour later. They traveled by foot, through flooded tunnels and dead zones. Kara walked beside Evan. Weak but focused. "You're pushing yourself too far," she whispered. "So are you. I'm not the weapon. You are." Evan didn't answer. He looked forward, where the tunnel curved into darkness. From there, he could hear it buzzing. Breathing. Machines speaking in clicks. They reached the hive gate, a strange opening in the wall, shaped like a jagged circle. It pulsed with red light. Reed cursed under her breath. "This isn't tech, this is alive." Kara stepped forward. They're growing gates now, connected directly to the main ship. Evan stepped past her. "I'm going in." The others tried to stop him, but it was too late. The gate recognized him. The red light turned blue. It opened like an eye and swallowed him. Inside, everything was wrong. Walls moved. Lights whispered. The air was hot but smelled like ice. Evan walked alone through a hallway of shifting shapes. Then, ahead, a chamber. He entered. It was full of pods. Not alien. Human. People floated inside, asleep, alive, unaware. Evan's heart stopped. "They're taking them," he said. He turned and saw her. Not Kara. Someone else. A tall female alien in dark robes. Her eyes glowed red. Her voice echoed without sound. "You are the hybrid, the heat bearer." Evan stepped back. "What are you doing to these people?" "Preserving, studying, replacing." Evan clenched his fists. "You destroyed Kara's world. You won't take mine." She tilted her head. "Your world is already gone. It just hasn't noticed." Suddenly, hunters dropped from the ceiling. Evan didn't wait. He moved like a storm. His body glowed white-blue. He blasted one hunter through the wall. Another he pulled apart with waves of light. He screamed, not in pain, but in power. Everything around him melted, cracked, and burned. The red-eyed woman disappeared in smoke. Outside the gate, Kara and Reed watched as the tunnel shook. Then Evan stumbled out. Smoke behind him. Arms covered in ash. Eyes glowing bright. Kara rushed to him. "You saw the pods?" He nodded. "They're keeping people. Like seeds." "Why?" Evan looked up at the ceiling. "To become them." Later, in their underground camp, Kara spoke. "To the survivors. This war is not in the skies. Not yet. It's below us, around us, inside us." Evan stood behind her. He had changed again, stronger, quieter, like something old, now lived in his voice. He looked at the group. "No more waiting. No more hiding. We take the fight to them, from the shadows." Reed raised her weapon. "We're with you." As the others prepared, Kara pulled Evan aside. "You burned again," she said. "The light. It's eating you." "I can handle it." "No," she said. "You're becoming more like them every day." Evan looked into her eyes. "No," he whispered. "I'm becoming what they're afraid of." Far above, on the alien mothership, the red-eyed woman stood at a screen. She watched the footage of Evan inside the hive. She smiled. "The hybrid is waking. Good." A voice behind her asked, "Should we kill him?" She turned slowly. "No. Let him rise. We want to see what the last flame becomes. Before we put it out." The world didn't end with fire. It ended with light. And then began again, but no one on the surface knew. Because the real battle happened underground, between a dying star and a boy who had nothing, 3 hours before the core breach. Evan stood in the center of an ancient alien machine. Deep below Earth's crust, the hunters had awakened a seed, a planet killer growing slowly, silently, beneath human feet. Kara lay nearby, barely breathing. She had used the last of her strength to help him get here. Evan's arms were cracked with glowing light. His skin burned from the inside. He could feel it now. The full heat she had given him. It was alive. It wanted out, above them. The alien mothership began to descend. People on Earth saw nothing, only clouds. But in space, the stars blinked and vanished. Kara coughed weakly. Her voice was small. "It's too late now," she said. Evan turned to her. "No, not yet." She shook her head. "You can't stop it. Not without." He didn't let her finish. "I know." He walked to her and knelt beside her. "You gave me your heat when I was dying. Now I give it back." She looked into his eyes. "You'll disappear." He smiled softly. "No, I'll become something else." He touched her chest, and the light moved from his body into hers. She gasped. Her breath returned. Her eyes widened. Her wounds began to heal. Evan fell backward. His body flickered like a dying flame, but then the core machine responded. It lit up, brighter than a sun. The ground shook. The ship above paused. Something had changed. In the sky, thunder without sound. Then a voice echoed deep in space. "The hybrid has chosen. The weapon is now the signal." Kara stood slowly, the light now pulsing within her. Evan lay still. She walked to him, eyes full of tears. "You fool," she whispered. "You beautiful, broken, human fool." He opened his eyes one last time. Was it enough? She nodded. "You saved more than Earth. You reminded the stars what it means to fight for someone else." He smiled faintly, then the light inside him scattered like ashes in the wind. A wave of energy shot upward, through the earth, into the sky. It hit the alien mothership. Not with fire. With memory. The ship stopped. Then it began to shake. The hunters on board screamed, and one by one, the ships fell from the sky like dark meteors. But before they hit Earth, they vanished into dust. The war ended in silence. Later, the world returned to normal. News called it a global blackout. No one spoke of aliens, but some people remembered the light, and a few, the survivors underground, built something new. Kara now walks the earth, alone, watching, guarding. She wears a long coat. Her eyes glow faintly in the dark. People pass her every day, never knowing who she is. But when she walks near the old park, the bench where she first met him, she stops. She touches the wood, closes her eyes, and hears his voice, soft, distant, but alive. "Still warm?" She smiles. "Yes." On her wrist, she wears a small silver coin. It no longer glows, but she carries it anyway. A reminder. Of the boy who had nothing and gave everything. Final words, whispered. He was never chosen by stars. He chose to burn. For all of us.